Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope it's warmer where you're at than here. I woke up this morning, it was freezing, ice on the car, and this is supposed to be California. That just something just ain't right. Anyway, today's topic, we're going to talk about Everytown for gun safety. You know those guys. They've been putting out and been perpetuating this myth or this lie about school shootings. They've basically been saying that there have been over 200 school shootings ever since Sandy Hook. And they say one, I think it was like one every week or something like that. But what's funny about it is that a guy named Bob Owens over at Bearing Arms actually broke down every single one. He investigated and audited their entire list and broke down and looked at every single one of the proposed or supposed school shootings that they had on their list. And if you go to Bearing Arms, you'll notice there's a whole complete breakdown. And like I said, he breaks down every single one and actually includes links to news stories regarding each of the ones. So you don't have to take his word for what it was. You can actually look at each and every one yourself. Well, what do you think he came up with? Well, of the 203 quote-unquote school shootings, 75 of them were actual school shootings. Now, this included an expanded definition of what a school shooting is, meaning even if it included school dorms that may or may not be on campus, even if it was at nights or on the weekends, or even if it didn't even involve students or faculty or anyone involved with the university. If it happened on or near a school or university grounds at any time, so that's the expanded definition. Now, in terms of meeting the specific definition, I mean, what we normally think of as a school shooting is, someone, either a student or faculty, someone going on campus to seek out and shooting a student or faculty. 44 of the 203 incidents that Everytown claims to be school shootings actually fit the traditional definition of what a school shooting is. And it's kind of funny because you hear the media all the time. They're quoting these statistics, and every time they quote the statistics, they don't even bother to check the facts. They don't even bother to actually look at each and every one of these situations and look and see what's going on. So anyway, just wanted to kind of let you guys know about that, and just let you know, be very wary of statistics. One of the things I studied back in school when I studied finance was statistics, and one of the first things that my statistics professor told me was, there's three types of lies. There's damn lies, and then there's statistics. So anyway, that's it. That's today's story. Let's find out what you guys have, what you guys seem to think about it. Do me a favor, folks. Let's try and stay on topic today. That would really be cool if we could stay on topic with our questions today. Let's see. Some guy adding his gun in his garage 2 blocks from the college equals school shooting. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how they do it. They lie to take rights away from the citizens who can defend others. We are the responsible team to assist until law enforcement show up. That's from Ismail. You know what? You're totally right. And I've seen this. I've watched them go into the legislature. I've seen quote unquote legislators, people who are supposed to be lawmakers, sit and actually lie, just flat out lie, tell mistruths, share misinformation to legislators who are about to vote on a particular piece of legislation. I've watched them happen. Go back through some of the videos that we've posted and where we've shown and we've exposed the lies. This is that legislators are telling. And where do you think the legislators are getting their data and their facts from? Everytown. Right, so they're taking a lie from liars and then they're using it as their own lie. Take them down, Craig. I hope so. I plan to. What do we have here? They're uneducated on the real statistics. They should really open, this thing keeps moving like right in front of me. They should open their eyes and see the truth. See, The reason why they don't want to see the truth is because they've made up their own truth. See, when you've decided that truth is yours, that what you believe is the truth, well, then you only accept information that supports that conclusion. It's the reason why I keep telling you, I know people don't want to listen to or pay attention to the mainstream media, but how are you going to know what sort of garbage they're getting unless you listen to it and pay attention to it yourself? I'm not saying you got to believe it. I'm just saying you need to know. Always stay informed. Again, it's a fact that facts mean nothing. No, facts are important. They really are. But it's also important to make sure that all facts are given to you in the proper context, right? Context is important. In too many cases, people either ignore the context or they deliberately take it out of context in order to misrepresent it. That just seems to be standard practice for some folks. See, we have any other comments here? Looking. It's amazing how people take things from truth in the media, politicians, etc., without doing fact checking, just lazy. That's from Bob. Bob, yes, you're right. It is amazing how rarely that happens. I think we've all, for example, caught ourselves, sharing a meme or sharing a post without actually checking it out ourselves. I try very, very hard to make sure that I don't do that. And even then, every once in a while, it skips past me. Now, sometimes I do it just because it's funny and I'm not necessarily looking for truth. But yeah, people are like that. People just take what people tell them as the fact. And they don't really bother to look into, okay, well, what is the truth behind what this actually is? And here's the thing, I can tell you this. Newspapers, the headlines don't always represent what's in the story. And oftentimes the truth is there, the real facts are there. It's usually, though, at the very end of the story where most people don't bother to get to. How many times, now everybody out there, raise your hand, how many times have you reposted something or posted something without even reading, all you saw was a cool headline? Go ahead, raise your hand. I know you want to raise your hand. I know you do. Okay, that's okay. I'll pretend like I'm not talking about you. Well, anyway, that's going to be it for today. But I just want to tell you, now keep in mind, Everytown is not just sharing this information. They're spending significant amounts of money on PR, on public relations. They're going out and they're not just telling the story, they're pitching the story. They're selling this story. They're spending time, energy, and effort. They're spending money to sell this story. Then they're getting people elected who are claiming to fight the stuff that's going on in these stories. They're putting money behind them, and then they're putting up legislation based on these stories, and all of it's based on lies. Well, that's it for today. Hope you have a cheery Monday. We'll talk at you tomorrow.
If you like these updates, please share them with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel.